to another edition of Lampo Fiore Educational Services Limited online tutorials for A-level and post-UTME classes. In today's government class, we'll be looking at the following basic concepts of government, and they are political socialization. We also look at political culture. We also look at public opinion. And lastly, we'll look at power and authority. What do we mean by political socialization? We all know that the process of socialization is the process of fitting into the political system of a particular society. What then is political socialization? Political socialization is the process of internalizing the political lens of a particular state. What do we mean by the political lens of a particular state? That is how power, authority, and influence that exist in that particular society are being wielded by those in the position of authority. Simply put, political socialization is the process of shaping an individual's political ideology in a particular state. How you get to know the political system, the political ideology that exists in that particular state, your view about that political ideology, your view about the political system that a state practices. That is, in short, what political socialization entails. Basically, there are certain agents of political socialization, and they include: 1, the family; 2, school; 3, peer group; 4, state, as well as religion. These agents of socialization are those factors that shape an individual views about a particular society. Let's come to the first one, that is family. Family is the first agent of socialization because it is the first thing an individual will come in contact with in a particular society. The moment you are born into a particular family, it is that family that starts to teach you certain things about that society. It is from that family that you gain a lot about your state. It is from that family that you gain a lot about the political ideology that exists in your state. It is also from your family that you begin to have your own perspective about your state. The second one is school. School is also a very important agent of socialization, in the sense that in your school you will be taught certain things about your society. Don't forget that government is an academic field of study where you can be taught certain things. So by going to school, you will be taught certain systems of government which normally shape an individual's perspective about the government of his country. The next one is peer group, the kind of friends you keep, your playmates. They are also very important agents of socialization because they shape your knowledge about your society. And also, the state is also another important agent of socialization because it also helps you about your view and perspective about the government of the state. And lastly, religion. Religion is another instrument that helps an individual, particularly in having his perspective about the government of the society. We can now see that all these agents are very important instruments in shaping an individual perspective about the government of his state. The second basic concept we'll be looking at here is culture, political culture. Political culture. Political culture implies the view, the way, the total way, the way in which the political system of a state is viewed by a particular individual in that society. How do you adapt into the political culture of your state? It depends on the government of that state. The fact that government of a particular state are the same does not mean they will have the same political culture. For instance, USA and Nigeria, we are both democratic society. But in USA, while they have shaped their own to mean liberal democracy, our own is just an ordinary democracy. In Great Britain too, we both practice democracy. But while their own constitution is unwritten, Nigerian constitution is written. That tells you that we have different political culture. We have different political orientation in every state. So the political culture of every state can never be one and the same. The political culture of Nigeria, as I've earlier said, is different from the political culture of the Great Britain. Also, look at public opinion. Public opinion is how the thinking of a citizen is measured by the government of the state. This normally comes into play when the government wants to take a step and the citizens do not support the step of the government. This is when the public opinion of the citizens come into play. So it is the process of measuring the thinking of the citizens of the state. In the sense that if the government wants to take a particular step and the citizens are against that step, then the government will say the opinion of the public is against my step. It is now left for the government to either withdraw or to further take that step. But when the government takes that step as against the opinion of the public, then that government will become a tyrannical government because it is taking a step that is against the decision of the citizens. That is public opinion. Most times, it is always difficult to measure the citizens' opinion because it is always not easy for the government to do that. Why? Because you don't always know what the public wants, except when there is a protest. In 2011, we can recall that when Goodluck Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, wants to take a step in removing fuel subsidy, we call it the removal of fuel subsidy crisis. 2011. When Goodluck Jonathan removed. Now, during the removal of fuel subsidy crisis 2011, people protested for almost a week. And when the government saw that removing this fuel subsidy will lead to crisis in Nigeria, they reverted their decision. Though it was not absolute, but partially. When the fuel was initially 65 naira, they made it 145. And from there, when people protested, they reverted their decision to 97 naira. You can now see the power of public opinion. Though it is not always easy to measure the public opinion of the people of the state. Also, in 1987, during the Babangida administration, when he wanted to join OIC means Organization of Islamic Communities. When he wanted to join in 1987, majority of the public thought he wanted to Islamize Nigeria, but why will IBB join an Islamic country organization? Then I said, no, we don't want it. And what IBB did was just to step back from taking that decision. You now see the importance of public opinion in every state. So public opinion connotes measuring the thinking of the people of a particular state, whether they support or against the decision of the government of that state. Ladies and gentlemen, let me at this point draw your attention to the fact that this tutorial class was brought to you by Lamco Theory Educational Services Limited. The number is displayed on the board. For further inquiries as registrations for A-level, O-level and post-UTME classes are currently ongoing. In Lamco Theory, we offer both O-level and A-level tutorial classes. Our O-level tutorial classes include WAEC, GCE, NAPTEP, and NECO tutorial classes. And our A-level classes include JUPEB as well as IGMB classes. Back to our study. Our next topic is power. Power is very fundamental. It is a fundamental concept in government or political science, as we choose to call it. It is fundamental because it revolves around every other concept in government. You cannot discuss any concept in government without discussing power. Now, power, therefore, is the ability of an individual to command unquestionable obedience. But remember, there are two angles to power. It can be legitimate and it may not be legitimate. But whatever it is, power is seen as the ability of an individual to command an unquestionable obedience. The ability to say, "Come," and you answered, without considering what is the reason why this person is calling me, without thinking of should I answer him or should I not answer him. So the ability to go when you are asked to come, the ability to perform a particular duty when you are asked to do it, the ability to surrender yourself when you are asked to do it, that is an unquestionable obedience. When someone commands you and you answer, that is power. It is in view of this that Professor H.A. Sayu says that power is a 5-letter word that is the currency in the international political system. That shows how power is fundamental in government. The other one, authority. Let me give you a formula. In defining authority, if at all you cannot remember anything, just say power plus legitimacy equals to authority. Remember I said something earlier about power, that power can be legitimate and it may not be legitimate. But in legitimate power is what is authority. So if a power is legitimate, it becomes authority. Therefore, in defining authority, authority is a special form of power that is used to command an obedience. When people see that it is their duty to answer or obey the person that is commanding them. So most times it is used by those in the position of authority, particularly the president, the governor, and other persons that we have elected in to the power of authority. For instance, the current lockdown. This lockdown was an order given by the president and also the governors of some states. We obey the lockdown and stay indoor for one reason. This order was given by our president, we must not violate it. This order was given by my governor, I must not violate it. That is power. They are commanding an unquestionable obedience, but they are doing it legitimately. So that's why we said authority is power plus legitimacy. So power and authority are similar, but from our explanation, you must have noted that a major distinction between power and authority is legitimacy. Aside from legitimacy, there are other distinctions or the other differences between power and authority. Quickly, let's look at the differences between power and authority. Now, the following areas have been stated as areas that distinguish between power and authority. The first one is the basis of obedience. The second one is delegation. The third one is hierarchy. The fourth one, like I said earlier, is legitimacy. These areas are very important when it comes to distinguishing between power and authority. Basis of obedience. Why do we obey power? Or why do we obey authority? That is the basis. Why do we obey power? Most times we obey power because of the fear of sanction, because of the fear of being killed. For instance, most times power comes with sanction. The reason why we obey power most times is because this man that is commanding me is holding gun. That's an instrument of power. This man that is commanding me is bigger than me. That's another instrument of power. You can use your physique as an instrument of power. If the man is giant and you are small, you have no choice than to obey that giant man. That is the basis. So in obeying power, you obey because of the fear of sanction, because of the fear of being punished by that person that is commanding you. Why you obey authority? Because you are duty bound to obey it, because it is legitimate, and that is why you obey authority. Number two, power cannot be delegated. I.e., if the instrument of power the person is using is gun, you can't give another person your gun to go and harass or intimidate another person. It cannot be delegated. But authority can be delegated. For example, President Muhammadu Buhari says, do not go out, stay indoor. He did not come to enforce that order, but he used what? The instrument of the Nigerian police, the Nigerian army, and all that. That is delegation. Hierarchy. There is hierarchy in power. For example, it starts from the president. If president makes an order on a state, the governors can say, okay, the order that the president has made, therefore you must obey that order. That is hierarchy. There is chain of hierarchy in power. Lastly, legitimate. Why power is legitimate? Why authority is legitimate, power is not legitimate. Or let me say, it's not all time that power is legitimate, because the power that comes from authority is always legitimate. But a power that comes with an instrument such as gun, body physique, and other may not be legitimate. Ladies and gentlemen, let me draw your attention to the fact that this tutorial was brought to you by Lanco Theory Education Services Limited. The number is displayed on the board for further inquiries. Registrations of both JUPEB and IJMB are currently ongoing, and we are looking forward to receiving you. Thank you very much for being part of this lecture. We wish you a good day ahead.